Hey, goats. I'm gonna start tracking goats. Yeah, and I don't need a whole lot. Just need like 9 of these guys. Should probably get more than enough. You there. Run towards the cart. More goats for the goat pile. A friend of mine mentioned that they were considering moving. And they were going to move someplace very, very far away, like another country. I don't want to rat out like who they were, but they mentioned that they are aware that I stream. And they were moving to a time zone that might actually be able to like watch and even participate in games with me. Like they're an old friend. So that was an option. So that's been swimming around in my mind as of late. Because I'm a pretty shy guy most of the time. And honestly, most of the time I prefer to play solo. But you know, there are really cool games out there that like you just can't play alone sometimes. And so like we could play games like Split Fiction or something like that. But like streaming with other people is a whole different experience. It's like when I stream alone, you know, I feel like I'm kind of on stage in front of everybody and I'm talking to everybody. But when you play with other people, usually it feels like you're hanging out with other people and people are just kind of watching you do that. Like it's a little more less performance, more exhibitionism? Probably not the best term for it. Can I get my goat? Like my goat, please. Alright, that goat's gone forever. Rude. And so, no, it doesn't feel like it would be as good. Especially when like people have gotten used to like chatting with me. If I suddenly go silent because I'm talking, or I ignore chat because I'm talking to a friend, then like it feels like a massive vibe shift for the channel. Like I've got a streamer I follow, or I like, that I follow, but he's like a strictly solo gamer most of the time. Sometimes he plays like multiplayer games just because like he plays all the hottest games. And so, you know, when a game like Lethal Company or Peak comes out, like he kind of plays those because he's obligated to. But the stream's always worse. Because like he interacts with his chat more than he interacts with his friends. What about when the chat gets shared? That's the thing. Like, it might be different. My friend streams with me. That is not an experience I've had. Like, I've streamed with, like, friends who just happened to acknowledge that I was streaming and were down for it. But a lot of people get kind of weird about it. They're just like, I just want to play games with my friends. I didn't sign up for any of this. And you know what? That's fair. But I'm trying to make a career out of this. Like, I've taken my hobby and I've monetized it. I'm not allowed to have friends anymore. It was a conscious decision that I made. And, you know, it feels a little sad to say things like that. But maybe if I, like, quit my day job and became a full-time streamer, then I'd have time to play games with friends off stream. I think that would make me happy. Didn't realize there was a river here. Goats are all the way over there. I don't want to go over there. What do I want? All these tier 2 claims, but I guess they all work for goats, don't they? Just put the water in my cart? Think you might be a genius. Hang on. Oh, come on. It's not that deep. I was like, I think I might be able to walk across here. But you can't take the cart, like, into even shallow water. How dare they? Why does BitCraft hate hunters? Yeah. And so sometimes I think, am I gonna be a solo streamer forever? Or should I be more open to collaboration and playing with other people? Because I feel like, strategy-wise, like, it's best to stick to one thing. Like, you be a solo gamer or a friend gamer, but, like, not both. Because I've noticed that in the streamers I follow. I've got, like, a streamer for solo games. Got a streamer for multiplayer games or squad games. And then I've got streamers for, like, large group games, you know, like Among Us. And I don't know why it happened this way, but, like, I've got 3 streamers. And they each have different purposes based on, like, the amount of players there are. And it's just because, like, they're better at these things. Like, I don't watch my squad streamer for solo games. I don't watch my my solo streamer for multiplayer games. Like, it's just more entertaining when they stick to like one thing like that. At the end of the day, do whatever makes you happy. That's true. It's kind of a, I don't know, it's a tough decision for me. Because playing games solo makes me very, very happy. I really enjoy playing games by myself. Shoot, maybe that's the answer. But like, I do miss game nights with the friends, and those are that was something I gave up when I started streaming. Like, part of it was like they just couldn't play with me because they were all off having babies, because they were at that phase in their lives. And like, I've had babies before, so I know how it goes. They're just like, we can never play video games again. I'm like, all right, cool. See you in 18 years. But now that their kids are like getting old enough not to die instantly from, you know, ramming their heads into cabinets and whatnot, and they sleep through the night, like, I think they're gonna start to be like, you know what? Let's play games this weekend. Looks like you enjoy it a lot, to be honest. Yeah, playing games solo? I really do. I mean, I love games to the point where it's almost like problematic, right? Like, you feel you should call somebody. And like, everybody plays video games, but like, I will play any game at all. I was at a kid's birthday party with my daughter. She was invited. Didn't just crash a kid's birthday party. And one of the kids was talking to me about Minecraft, and they're like, oh, I have 3 systems that I can play Minecraft on. And I'm like, oh, Switch, PC, and tablet? They were like, how did you know? I'm like, just a guess. Like, we talked about creative mode and stuff, because like, I can only communicate with children, because adults have horrible interests. But like, the kid got a little too interested in like talking to me, and it got like a little awkward, you know, where you're having like a serious conversation with a child while all the adults are talking to adults and all the other children are talking to children. And so like, I started up a conversation with his mom just to like not be hanging out with a child. And I was like, so are you a big gamer family? She was like, no, I don't really play games. I did play a game recently though, and I was like, oh, what game? And she was kind of embarrassed. Like, I feel like she didn't really want to talk about it, but it was, she called it a puzzle game. It was like a hidden object game, you know, like the Nancy Drew ones. And like, I was able to like talk about it and like engage with her on it. I think she's used to like people being like, oh, nah, I only play Madden or Call of Duty. But I'm like, no, I'll talk to you about like the Nancy Drew series and how like they switched publishers midway through, and it's no longer as good as it used to be. Or your weird hidden object puzzles that nobody knows about. Oh, you're the same with grandkids? Yeah. It it's rough being good with kids. Like, you always feel like you're doing something wrong when you're just like, I just want to talk about video games. You ever see the movie Grandma's Boy? Mel Gibson is like sitting at like the kids' table talking about like how to beat a boss with a bunch of like 9-year-olds. That's how it feels. And like, we're all just living our lives out here, but still. Oh, hey, I got an achievement. World Explorer. I will be a world explorer. Like, that one kind of feels like an achievement, because you can really spend a lot of this game standing in the same spot. Right now, I'm just wandering into the woods, assuming I will get to civilization at one point. It's starting to get a little rough over here. You wonder if it was June's Journey? It wasn't June's Journey. It was like Rise of something. It was like Rise of the Golden Temple or something like that. It sounded so delightfully generic, like it would be exactly the same as any other game. But honestly, it sounds like an amazing date night. Like, my wife doesn't play video games, but I think she might be on board with something like that. Like, my wife just doesn't know what video games she'd enjoy, I feel like, is the answer. I've been able to like trap her with a couple of games. Like Racketeer was a good one. She walked in on me playing that and asked if she could have a shot at it, and I let her, and then like 3 hours later she was like, this game is awesome. Or the one time she walked in on me at playing The Sims 3, and I was like making a model of me, and I was like, hey, does it look like me? And she's like, no, you did a horrible job. Your eyes don't look like that. Here, move aside. And then she just started playing the game. Stardew Valley is a great home game. You can play house with the kids. That is a good idea too. I don't know. I'm trying to raise the kids to be a little more healthy and normal than I am. And so I'm trying to like keep their gaming addiction down. And if I like really invite them to play with me, I'm really kind of terrified that like it'll reach unacceptable levels very quickly, because I will be so excited to play games with them. And so like I think we're gonna work out being able to get games or money as a reward for game time, or money as a reward for doing chores, instead of just being like it's your turn, or you can play today, or things like that. And I think my son is very deeply on the like, oh, I'm gonna do so many chores so I can play so many games. It's like, video game addiction is a very real thing. And it's kind of difficult to lead a normal life while being addicted to video games. Like, man, there were some times when I really didn't want to show up to work in the recent months because I was like, all I care about is the housing crisis in Satomura. I need to get these brick slabs, and I can't think of anything else, and I'd get excited about it. And every now and then I'd wander away from my work laptop and up to my gaming computer, and I'd see people in the Discord talking about the things I care about. And I'm like, ooh, yeah, I can stop here and type up like a 15-minute game plan for how to get tier 2 brick slabs to the village. Anyway, I had a point in there somewhere. I've forgotten what it was. But the general idea that I'm trying to get my kids to treat gaming as a reward for doing life instead of just like gaming as the default. And it hurts me. It hurts me so much to do it because like I didn't have that restriction growing up. You guys got a hunting station in here? New ground? No? You hate me and my goats. I see. We'll just continue to wander then, I guess. I'm ready to go home, but like I want to find like a place to process these. Not so much that I'd like pull up a map. Truth is, we addicted to games. We is addicted to games. But like we've had pretty decent lives, you and I, brother. At the very least, all three of the brothers, Sugarheart, have managed to like find work, move out, live our lives. I mean, that's going to be a lot harder for my kids because, you know, there's no way they can afford to move out, but at the very least I could give them like the social skills required and maybe a mind for working for the things you want that might help. I don't know. We're all doomed. My kids especially. My son said like the smartest thing ever the other day. We're listening to the radio and there was some contest and the prize was like $10,000. My son said like something very, very smart, which was like, if I won $10,000, I would save it for college. And I'm like, that's a really smart idea. However, I don't think college is necessarily worth it anymore. Like, I didn't want to like crush his dreams. So I was like, that's a very smart idea. Set aside money, invest in your future. I'm so glad you thought of that. Like, we can have a more serious discussion of like what he wants to be and like how he intends to get there later, but it was like a little heartbreaking for a second. I'm like, oh, you think money will help? Nah, life's hard out here. Listen, kids, you're all doomed. Sorry about that, right? Like, I'm still paying student loans. I needed to take a lot of them because my family was poor. And I quit like a decent paying job to get something a little closer to my field of study because I figured that would help me, and it did. It was good resume butter to say like I did work study for web design, and I tutored computer science. Before that I was frying chicken, and I actually made a decent amount of money comparatively. It was like $12.40 an hour, but back then, like the minimum wage was like $7. And so that was really good. I was doing it like 60 hours a week. But then I got like the real big boy job, you know, like an actual company, made actual money. And I discovered that half of the people I work with never went to college. Like they got half, they had an entirely different life path to get them to where I am. And they didn't have the student debt. They just like had on-the-job training at some place else, a place that would take anybody and just train them to be developers, which is becoming more common because a lot of jobs are so desperate for developers that they will just like take people in other positions and train them. At least big companies will have processes like that. Who can afford college, right? Certain kinds of college may still be worth it, but honestly, self-study might be better in most cases. Yeah, if only I was good at self-motivation. I have found the ocean. Have I really wandered so far from all the settlements? Alright. Gonna head for the nearest one. That is probably not over the ocean. We did hop on a raft at some point. It would be absolutely crushing if I discovered that there are no hunting stations on this side of the river. You're going back to school, but is helping you leave the US, so positives? Yeah. Are you? Yeah, you're the other Japanese major, right? You helped name Satomura. Yeah. Mutation and I's brother, our older brother. No, that wasn't you. Who was that? Oh no, that was 11. 11 got like really excited about this game. Is it 11 or was it Evie? They got really excited about this game. And we got started, and then I haven't seen them since. Man, they're one of my favorite viewers. They come in like a whirlwind. We just gel so well, and then they disappear for like months at a time. It's always nice to like think of all the strange types of viewers you get. Another village without anything to hunt. Okay. It's the next nearest village. Yakiniku. It's a tier 3 settlement, so they must have had hunting at some point. Real question is, are we gonna stumble across a river on the way?